doing it. It's kind of like a story time. It's not really. I'm just doing the talking part, and there's not going to actually be no representation. So you're gonna have to mentally interpret it and do all those good things. So yeah, this is Explain My Life, and I'm actually going. Can I turn the audio down? I think I can. Okay. Okay. But, so, okay, I'm just gonna start off by saying that, this isn't gonna be as long as, all your other YouTubers, because I've only been on this earth about 14 years. So, there's not really much to say. Well, there is a lot to say. 14 years is still, but basically, I'm going to start from the beginning, from what I can mentally remember and what I've been told. These are only things I've been told by my parents, not, some random people have told me. But basically, I was brought into this world March 19th, 2003. Or 2, I can't remember. It sucks that I can't remember my own birthday.
You are in restricted airspace. Divert your course or you will be shot down.
Okay, I'm getting out of there. Jesus Christ. But yeah, it's either March 19th, 2003. I really can't remember and really not bothered to remember. But, and I was born at Cape Fear Valley Hospital in Fayetteville, North Carolina, one of the worst hospitals you can ever visit and never have a baby at. But that's where all my brothers were born, and that's where I was born. That's where I went to get medical checkups and all that good stuff. And there's my little brother. What?
Bye-bye.
Bye. So, yeah. That's where I was born, and that's where I had all my shots and all that good stuff. Let's see. When I was born, my dad... Let me just get my dad out of the way. My dad is a no good, lying, cheating piece of crap. Feelings. Just wants their money. He lies. He's been lying to me all my life. Makes false promises. So, that's my dad. That's the rundown of my dad. So, I'm actually gonna land this right outside. If I can land it. Okay, there we go. So that's my dad for you. Now, when I was born, I really didn't meet much of my dad. I don't really remember much. There was cases where there was abuse against my mom, and she got courted, and they eventually got divorced and moved away, I think before I was 2. So I don't know much about them. Here, I'm actually gonna turn this down. There's no audio. But so I didn't even know him much. And I was really kept away from before they even got divorced. Me and my brother. my brother is older than me. He's 15, and I have 2 younger brothers, but I'll get to that. His name's Nathan, and he was born 2001, I believe, after 9/11. He was born in November, so it was after 9/11. Not much after, but it was after 9/11. So I lived in Fayetteville, North Carolina, in a little place called Oakwood, or no, Kenwood. That's the name, Kenwood. It's a little neighborhood, one of the more up neighborhoods in the city. That's where I'm just trying to leave. That's where my grandmother lived. She worked at Fort Bragg. And that's where my mom lived. And my mom never was good with jobs. And she really is too lazy to get up and do anything. She has a job now, but she's losing it because they only used her for holiday help. So that's where I lived, and that's where I lived till I was 5. Now, during that time, I was spoiled rotten by my grandmother. You know, she had a crap ton of money working for Fort Bragg, and when she retired, they still gave her unemployment money. So I was pretty much spoiled. I think he invited me to a heist, but I don't think I could do it right now. But anyway, I was spoiled rotten most of the time. But when I was 5, on my 5th birthday, my mom got married to my stepdad. My stepdad was, I wouldn't say, he was the real only father figure I had. I thought he was mean, and I thought he was a bunch of other things too. But he was really the only father figure I had. Well, my mom messed that up. It was an affair. So hold on. Let's get these guys out of here. Okay, here's the concentration part, so I may slow down here, but here, let's kill these guys. But it wasn't fair, and so you can tell where that went. During this time, my grandma moved up to a rural area right outside. It's right in between Hickory and Lenoir, North Carolina. It's a small little town. It has its own school system and all, though. I go to Hudson Middle School. I'm supposed to be going to New York some point this year. I don't know when, but some point. So, but right now I'm living at my grandmother's again. That's where my mom always goes. So that's where I'm at now. But going back to when I lived with my stepdad, I lived 6 years with my stepdad. No, it was more than that, because then I would only be 11. 7 years. Or, wait. Yeah, 7. Oh, here goes my brother. But it was bought like, I was living with my stepdad. I got a lot of things. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call me I was spoiled like I was with my grandma, but I was spoiled for my age. It was good. I mean, there was ups and downs, but there was a time where things like went mellow, and that's kind of where the downfall went. But my stepdad was really big into writing when he was younger. He was really big into writing, not writing. Riding ATVs, three-wheelers, all that good stuff. That's what he did. And he rode, he raced, and he got us four-wheelers and stuff. And we rode them, and, you know, we had good times. But now that I'm up here with my grandma, he was also the one that introduced me into gaming. And he gave it to us, and we messed it up. And so he took it away, and the only one we got was like 3 years later for my brother's birthday. It was a PlayStation 3. And so we played the little crap out of that until it just gave out. It was the original version, and it just gave out. I mean, it was dead. It just would not work anymore. Then we got another pre-owned one, original model, and it stopped working after a while. Only just a month after getting it, actually. And then we got a Super Slim, which sucks. It worked for a good year or so, and then it started to downfall. Which sucked because I really enjoyed playing the games on it. Jeez. Which, I mean, which wasn't too big of a thing, but it's big of a thing because I didn't have anything to play. But I did get a computer one Christmas, so I used that a lot. I mean, I just used it for YouTube and stuff. That's about it. Yeah, Netflix and stuff. And then I moved up with my grandma. My brother actually moved up there in March of last year. And then I came out when I finished school down there. I finished the school year. So I came up here. No, I actually gotta go back. Back in there, my brother was born. My first younger brother named Wyatt. He's now gonna be turning 7 this year. Was born in 2010, March 25th, 2010. And then my youngest brother, Max, was born April the 2nd of 2012. So they both get annoying, but I'm really glad to have them. And I don't know what I would do without them. During this time, I've always been the one the girls look to. Had the hotties for, I guess, as my friends would call them. How they looked at me. Oh, she has the hotties for you. And I have been through several, I wouldn't call them real relationships because they're not. They lasted maybe a month. The longest one I had was with Milena, and you guys have heard about her. It lasted a year, which is the longest so far. And then it went down because of her mom. And they just pinned it on me. Of course, it was my fault. It's never the girl's fault. It's always the guy's fault. But yeah, that happened. And then you heard the story of Nelson, and I'm just gonna let him tell you that if he feels like it. But yeah. And I went through many relationships, and I mean, my dad was always, well, my stepdad. I referred to him as my dad because he really was the only dad figure I had. Even though I called him by his name, Phil. Well, his name is Philip, but we call him Phil for short because we don't feel like saying Philip all the time. Plus, that's what my mom called him, so we can distinguish when my mom's calling him. He could distinguish when mom's calling him and when we're calling him. So I had 2 younger brothers, and we had good Christmases together. And the last Christmas we had, he got us brand new racing 125 4-wheelers. Because he knew that would be the last Christmas, and he's always wanted it. He got Nathan a black and blue, and I got an all black. And we loved him, at least I did. I don't know about Nathan. I loved him, and then I got involved with gaming. I got really involved with gaming. And I just forgot about him. And I neglected it, and the carburetor's all gunked up. The battery's shot. The gas in it's probably old. It just needs cleaning. And my stepdad is a mechanic, but I mean, he's a fair guy. He has to work from 1 o'clock until I don't know when. But yeah. So he works like real late. Do you think I'm hearing something? Like a baby's crying or something. I don't know what, but... What? Hold on. But anyway, yeah. So he works real late, and he really doesn't fix it because it's not on his agenda list, and we're not there, so he really don't think it's the point. So he said, if you really want it fixed, just come down here when your younger brothers come down here, and we'll work on it. Well, that's usually when I get a lot of my live streams done, so I really don't do it a lot. And I've only been there one time, and that's when the family went. I don't do it a lot because you just spend the night and then you gotta go back the next day. So it's not really worth it. It's a 4-hour trip to go down there. So he just that's happened with that. And I moved out with my grandma, and she's the one that got me my new PlayStation. And she's the one who got me a lot of things. Her money paid for a lot of things I have. So, and basically that's where I am now. Yeah. And I go back and forth between my grandma's and Charlotte, Hudson, Charlotte. I go to Charlotte. I live in Charlotte for the summer, and then I come back because my grandma doesn't like the Charlotte school system. All the thugs. So we come up to Hudson because they really don't have a lot of thugs up in here, and go to school. And we have Hudson Middle, South Caldwell. South Caldwell, I think's out of Hudson. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, and I've already went through the story of how I met my girlfriend. It's back on the channel, and it might do a re-one since a lot of people didn't see that one. That's when I didn't have a lot of subscribers, so I might delete that one. That was when I was playing The Last of Us, I believe. So that was way back when, so I might do another one. And I'm not even sure if it's on this channel. I think it's on the other one. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, we've been, see, this Thursday, me and my girlfriend were together for 5 months, which is almost half a year, which would be one of the second longest relationships I've had. It's already topping as the second longest relationship I had. The sad thing is, she's in Spain and I'm in America. And I go to Spain. I've been to Spain a few times. I haven't been to Madrid, which is where she lives. I was on the west coast, closest to America. My rich cousins went over there on vacation. They invited us to come to Spain. That was way before I even knew who my girlfriend was. I was probably 12 or so. I don't know, 11, 12. During the summertime. Which is a big trip for my cousins because they usually live in Denver, Colorado. So they just lived there for a year. I thought it was for my uncle's military service, but then I remember he's been out of the military for years. But yeah, I've been to Spain, and it's a beautiful country from what I could tell. My girlfriend says it's boring, and places you live in tend to get boring because you know where everything's at, you know what's going to happen, you know this and that. You just know your place. Just like Fayetteville was pretty fun, even though I've been living there most of my life. That's because just new things happen all the time. Here in Hudson, well, I don't even leave my house, period, but I ride up the street on a Honda Grom, and it's a pretty chill town. I mean, other than 321A, which is a major highway running through the middle of the town, but it's only like a 2-lane way, and it's usually not that backed up. Especially in the holidays, nobody's out there, nobody's open. You know, all these small businesses, nobody's open. So you got there right around. The police station's right there, and I'm actually good friends with some of the cops. They know that I'm not street legal, licensed to ride a bike on the street. But they say smack street tires on it, and you don't gotta tell anybody that you don't got a license. You can ride around for all I care. Just wear a helmet, wear safety gear, and you're good. And once you get a license, then that'll be even better. And I know some people, well, cops are not supposed to do that. Well, if you got a chill cop, I mean, not all cops are supposed to be strict. You got your few chill cops out there. I mean, hey, the state troopers come in and they don't care. But yeah, it's a pretty chill town up here. To be honest, I like Charlotte more. I just like bigger cities. I like the city community. A lot of people, now I wouldn't go to New York and want to live there. No, I'm not saying that. But Charlotte's a pretty busy town. I don't live dead in the middle. I live on kind of the outskirts, you would say. Not on the top, just kind of there. I'm going to bust up some sites in here. You know the layers of the earth, you have your crust, and then you have like your, what's it called, median or something, I don't know. The layer underneath the crust, that's kind of where I live. So it's not right on the top, but it's kind of right underneath the top, if you get what I'm saying. It's not so much where if you drive a few miles and you're in the countryside, you have to drive through the city. You have to drive through a few towns to get out, out of Charlotte. So when I do live there, but yeah, I would love to go to Madrid. It's the richest, it's the capital of Spain. At least I think it is. It's dead right in the middle. You would think it's the capital. I believe it's the capital. I've seen it on the news a few times. I think it's the richest. Whatchamacallit? Richest city in the country. So I don't think it's counted as a separate continent because I think it's attached to Africa or Europe. You have your Middle Eastern countries like Turkey and Iraq, Arabia, all that stuff. I think it's connected to that somehow. Because in the Renaissance they fought in Spain and they came over from like Turkey and Arabia. I don't know. I don't study on geography, but yeah, that's kind of my life. That's kind of a rundown. If you guys would like to see like a in-depth explanation of my life, then just let me know. But that's just a brief rundown. But I'm gonna finish out this mission since I've started it. I mean, it's a pretty long one, but I don't mind doing long missions. I think I'm going to use a rifle. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Where's that chopper? There's a chopper somewhere. Oh, Franklin's in trouble. Piece of shit. Hope he did. Here, let me turn the volume back up since I'm done talking.
There. I'll be up here. Shit! We ain't gonna clear the area. Alright, we hold the cop, make a play when we see a window.
Hey, this gonna be a nasty motherfucker, man.
Yeah, I got your back. Just let me know.
I'm up here watching over you boys. Well, one of you more than the other.
Hey, it's them or us. Put these cops down and we move on. Look out behind! Cops coming from out the alley on the left!
It's those cops. Get up the alley. You're overrun.
The alley at the back on the left. Mad cops coming up. Send them back. Back left in the loading area, man. Cops go mad.
I'm up here with a rocket launcher, guys. Keep out of my way.
Hey, we go down. What? Back down, motherfuckers. Watch out!
Hold 'em back. Yeah, man. Fuck you. Weather the storm. Hold tight. Clear, clear. There's tons of these assholes. Hold 'em. Front side. More guys coming.
Leave them to me, all right? This one's out of it.
LSPD sniper team on the roof opposite you, just to the right. You gotta take them out, T.
Woo-wee! I see the snipers. I'll get rid of them.
Up there, man, on the roof. Take these snipers out. I'm done, dawg.
Where?
All we gotta do is ride this out. I dropped that fucking cop. Just hold on. Damn, come on, dog. Get the rifle cop up there. They up on that Moving or what? Up there, man, on the roof.
Over there? Oh.
I got the first shooter.
Man, that's some tight ass work, homie. You cold, my nigga. Got that motherfucker.
There goes the second shooter. Snipers are gone.
We're clear.
Cops on the left here!
We got a man down. Oh, you gotta be precise with this thing.
Yeah, man, fuck you. There's tons of these assholes. Hold them. This one's out of it. T, there's a sniper in the chopper. You gotta bring it down. Hey, that bird got to go. Sniper in the chopper, T. He's gotta go, man.
Jeez. I just busted out
Weather the
rifle.
storm. Hold tight. I dropped that fucking cop.
Why not?
Shit, let's go. Nice shot.
Oh shit, he dead.
They're thinning out. This could be our chance to go. I'll deliver the bombs. F, you dump the trash truck.
I'm on the move.
Hey man, shit, you look after yourself, dog, alright?
Peace in the scene, homie. I ain't gonna save your bitch ass bitch. Boat. Watch that freaking profanity. No. Just put the fuck. Sticky bum. We're gonna back on out of here.
Everything cool?
Yeah, man, shit, that trash truck is trash, dog. You good?
Nice work. I'm about to meet this guy. I'll tell you how it goes.
Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, I think that's gonna end it, guys. If you guys enjoy, please leave a like, sub, and share, and do all those awesome things you guys do. Until the next one, guys. Peace.